You've probably heard the term risk assessment thrown around a lot, right? But what does it actually mean day to day? Well, we're going to break down how this one process is honestly one of the most important tools we have for keeping people safe at work, any work.
So let me ask you something, straight up. How safe is your workplace? I mean, really safe, not just how it feels on a good day. Think about it for a second. That question, that's exactly why we're talking about this. It's that important. Okay, so what is it? At its heart, a risk assessment is just a formal way of doing something super important. It's not about waiting for an accident and then trying to fix it. Nope, it's about being proactive, it's about looking ahead, spotting dangers, figuring out how bad they could be, and then, this is the key, putting controls in place before anyone gets hurt. It's all about prevention. Now, before we go any further, we gotta clear something up. It's a really common mix-up. You'll hear people use risk profiling and risk assessment like they're the same thing. They're not at all. They're totally different, and knowing that difference is gonna make everything else click into place.
Here's a super easy way to think about it. Risk profiling, that's the big picture. It's like looking at the entire map, seeing all the potential trouble spots across the whole organization. But a risk assessment, that's when you zoom way in on a single activity. So for a construction site, the profile covers all the dangers everywhere. The assessment focuses just on the specific risks for, say, a single welder doing their job.
Okay, so where do you even get the information to spot these hazards in the first place? Well, a good risk assessment isn't just a guessing game. You have to be a bit of a detective. It's all built on solid intel, and you get that intel from two main places. First up, you look inside. Your own organization's history is an absolute goldmine of clues. I'm talking about accident records, maintenance logs, heck, even the minutes from safety meetings. All that stuff can show you patterns. You can see where the problems have been cropping up again and again. It's all right there.
But you can't just look inward. That's only half the story. You also have to look outside your own bubble. We're talking about things like national laws, industry standards, even just the manufacturer's manual for a piece of equipment. These are the official rules and the best ways of doing things. A really strong assessment, it combines what you've learned from your own history with all that expert knowledge from the outside.
All right, we know where to get our intel. Now for the really practical part, the blueprint. This is the heart of it, you guys. A super simple 5-step process that is the foundation for pretty much every good risk assessment out there.
So here it is. This is the roadmap. It's so logical when you look at it. You start by finding the problem. Then you figure out who it could hurt. Then you solve it. But, and this is so important, it doesn't just stop there. You have to record what you found and then keep checking back on it. See? It's not a one-and-done thing. Safety is a cycle. It's continuous. Okay, out of all those steps, I want to zoom in on one that I think is maybe the most important of all. Step 2, deciding who might be harmed. Because look, this whole thing, it's not really about ticking boxes or filling out forms. At the end of the day, it's about people. It's about protecting them. And here's something we have to get right. Risk is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Not everyone in the same room faces the exact same level of danger. A brand new employee is probably more at risk than someone who's been doing the job for 20 years, right? A really good assessment recognizes this. It doesn't just treat everyone like a number. It gives special thought to those who might be more vulnerable.
Yeah, a great assessment really digs into how someone's personal situation can change their risk level. It could be lack of experience, which is common with younger workers, or it could be a health condition. It could even just be the job itself, like someone who has to work all by themselves with no one around to help if something goes wrong. All of that matters. Look, it's easy to get bogged down in the steps and the paperwork and all that, but we can't lose sight of why we're doing this. This isn't just about following rules. The goal is incredibly simple, and it's incredibly serious. To stop people from being killed or seriously hurt. That's it. That's the bottom line.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question. I want you to really think about your own workplace. What is that one thing, that one risk that everybody just ignores? You know what I'm talking about. That cable stretched across the floor, that wobbly ladder, that safety rule everyone breaks. What's the thing everyone just walks past and accepts as normal? Because finding that, seeing that, that's the real first step.